Hillary is a terrible campaigner. She
She's
often
terrible.
opens. She often
Like
opens
Mitt,
her mouth. Right. She often opens her mouth to change feet.
like Mitt.
Exactly.
She's
Yeah.
got a
So,
lot of money, like Mitt.
like Mitt.
She's got a resume, like Mitt. She's she's the chick Mitt. Except I like Mitt. I think he's a good guy. I just don't think he's as conservative as I
Awesome. We
am.
got to use that. The chick mitt.
Okay, that is the takeaway. The chick mitt. I'm writing that
Yeah, I'm
down.
done. I'm going to drop the receiver. Walk off stage.
That's perfect.
But Jeb is something different. Jeb is much more liberal. This freaking clown, pro Common Core. Who's the other Republican for Common Core who's still in the biz? Okay, so he's insulting us there, and he is insulting us, right? Same with immigration. It's not you disagree with me. It's you're stupid and bad people who are in my party because you're so foolish you don't buy this thing supported by the Democrats. Okay, he is insulting to us, and when he sits down with all these CEOs, the big donors who are not conservatives, they sit and they make fun of people like you and me. They don't like us. They don't respect us. They don't believe in what we believe in. I find him sanctimonious. I find him obnoxious. But the worst thing I find him is liberal. He has a different vision of what government should do. He thinks it should do stuff. I think it should die. I think it should shrink.
Yeah, exactly right. It's
yeah, I just don't agree with what he stands for. And he will tear the Republican Party apart.
Right. Give me sanctimonious, give me arrogant, give me, asshole type attitude. But if you're a full-on conservative, I'm good with all of those things.
Yeah. I think Chris Christie's more conservative. And at least he fights. I think there are two guys who can beat Hillary. Who I think would be pretty close. I think Mitt Romney could beat Hillary. Because he's got the "I told you so" thing, and I think Chris Christie could because he would take it to her, and I think he'd appeal to a lot of the folks that the liberals, really disrespect. The liberals disrespect anybody who's not on welfare or a Chablis sipping limousine lib. Everyone else is a loser, redneck, nobody, scumbag, loser. And I think Chris Christie could grab it. Now, I don't support either of those guys. They're both more liberal than I am, but I think they could win. I think we've got some other guys who might be able to win, but I don't know.
Okay, Kurt, and real quick, you guys got to go to Town Hall and read this this article. It's excellent, especially where you'd like to be Dr. Frankenstein and combine parts of all these people. We did not have time to get into that, but people got to go there and read that. But I want to take you up on what you just said and while I tend to agree with you. Common sense at this point says that, well, yeah, maybe Christie, maybe Romney would be, and here's the operative phrase to me, safe bets to beat Hillary. But here is my question, and it's twofold. Isn't that what the Republicans have done more times than not in recent years? And we go back to Bob Dole, we go back to John McCain, we go to Mitt. We always try to play it safe. We try to run to the middle. I don't think Democrats generally want to vote for pretend moderate Democrats. They'll vote for Democrats. And here's the final part. The last three Democrat presidents, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, virtually nobody's outside of their regions before they caught fire, they rose in prominence and in the polls, and they won. Could that not maybe happen with a Republican?
It might. The Democrat Party has some internal dynamics that allow that to happen more than the Republican Party. I mean, at the end of the day, we're very conservative, and we like people who we know.
We play whose turn is it?
And we do to some extent. And that got us Reagan. When we got really radical, we got clobbered with Goldwater. I mean, I love Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz would be Goldwater too. He just simply will not win. He simply will not win. And it's not a hit on him. It's actually a tribute to his principle. But winning takes more than principle. And I don't believe in losing on principle.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's look. If I would rather have Jeb Bush than Hillary Clinton. But then again, I'd rather have herpes than either of the two.
Okay, so now Mike and I kind of agree about this. My I don't want to say dark horse pick, but the guy that I like is Scott Walker. I love the fact that the left threw everything they could at him 3 times in a row. I love the fact that he's been triumphantly victorious in a blue state. I also love if it's Liz Warren or Joe Biden or Hillary Clinton. Uh, Walker's got a, hey, I've just run a state government as an elected official, and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z for the country that I did A, B, and C for the state. I love that juxtaposition of narrative. So that's my guy. Looking out at Congress people, which I would hope you wouldn't support, or senators or governors, and your conservative, radical, misogynistic, homophobic, selfish, racist, hater perspective, who do you like?
There's a lot I like about Walker. I think, but I'm not even sure he can win his own state.
Yeah.
I don't know what he knows about foreign policy. The thing is, there's no Dick Cheney out there right now who can bring the foreign policy chops in. Because look, I think we're entering a very dangerous time. This looks a lot more like August 1914 to me than it does, 1955. I'm like I said, I like parts of all these guys. I think the number one thing is we got to get a guy who can win, and we got to get a guy who's conservative. I think Scott Walker might be able to win. I think Hillary thinks she'd eat his lunch. I don't know who we get for a vice presidential candidate to help him out. To me, it's I think we have people who are pretty good, but they all have some flaws. I don't want to be one of those guys who's waiting for another Reagan, the perfect guy, to come in.
Kurt, it all points back to your well-founded point at the end of your excellent town hall piece. It's gonna probably be Christie or Mitt, and because I think that will be the safe bet, and we all want parts of. And again, people, you got to go read this article.
It would not be crazy. Look, I don't support them, and all these comments. I even wrote that in the article. I don't support these guys, but I think they both could win. All these comments. Why do you love Christie and Mitt so much? Okay. An objective assessment of a situation, which I trained for about 27 years as a soldier and 20 as a lawyer, does not mean you like the outcome. It means you think that is the most likely outcome. But if it had to be one of them, that's better than another Democrat.
And you made the point a few minutes ago. You'd rather have whomever, Christie, than Hillary. And, there's been a lot made since the 2012 election that between 3 and 4 million, you said it today too, between 3 and 4 million Republicans sat home because Mitt wasn't conservative enough. So again, what they were saying, to paraphrase you know what, I'm pissed off because Romney is a pretend conservative. So therefore, I'm going to make sure that Barack Obama gets reelected.
And that's I don't agree with that. I don't like that, but that's a reality. Hopefully a bunch of liberals will stay home from Hillary. But,
I think I'm supporting
rely on your enemy to make a mistake. Rely on yourself to make good decisions. I think, I think if it was Mitt or Christie, I think it would be very smart for them to get someone the conservatives really trust. I mean, Chris Christie, and hey, here's my vice presidential nominee, Marco Rubio. No. The problem with them, the problem with Christie and Jeb, is that they are tactically unsound and that they manifest disrespect for people whose support they need. That's like a general who looks at his soldiers and goes, "You're all idiots and scumbags. Follow me over the hill."
Yeah. That's...
Okay. There's a lot of things. A guy will follow you into hell's door if he respects you and thinks you care about him, even if you don't agree with everything he does. They say, "Hey, sometimes he's wrong, but he's a solid guy. Let's follow him.
Right.
And you know, if you get up like a Christie and you start telling us how we're stupid and, you know, racist and loud and we just don't understand, and, you know, I'm not going to bother with your foolish ideas about, you know, right to keep and bear arms or about immigration. It just doesn't matter to me. You're just idiots and you should just shut up. Okay, that's a way to get people to stay home. And Hillary doesn't do that to her leftist friends. She
Right.
sucks up to them. And I would strongly suggest they start sucking up. But, you know, with Mitt saying things like, well, you know, maybe Obamacare is not that bad. Oh, well, you know, we need comprehensive immigration reform. Look, that doesn't help, stupid.
You know, but there, you know, again, back to Christie, and this is my fear. First of all, I think Christie can come across however he wants to come across. By the way, CPAC this year, I thought he was going to be, at best, lukewarmly received. He got among the best.
No! I disagree. I was in the room.
I was too.
No, I disagree. There were a few people who warmly received him, and he gave what is arguably.
He got a standing O, but he got a standing O when he walked out.
Not by everybody. He got, his supporters did. Not every. No, I strongly disagree.
Okay, I was surprised.
I felt that speech was terrible, and here's why. He could have given that at any Rotary Club, any Republican Lincoln Club in America.
That's what he does.
He should have come in there, and that should have been his. He's the only speech I went to see, because I wanted to see the moment Chris Christie played it smart and said, "Hey, conservatives, I'm one of you. I'm not your enemy. We've had some problems. Maybe I've been a little harsh on you, but let's work together. I'm one of you." And he gave the typical Lincoln Club rubber chicken speech.
Well, he could never. First of all, he could never follow through on that because the dude can be whatever he wants to be whenever he wants to be it.
Well, you know, but he needed to build a bridge to us, if you pardon the expression. He was in conservative central, and he should have said, "Conservatives, you need to understand that I am on your side. I am one of you. What's important to you is important to me. I'm not counting you out. I don't think you're a bunch of hicks, rednecks, idiots, and closet racists. We don't agree on everything. Fair is fair. But, you know, at the end of the day, I support, you know, free enterprise, civil rights, all the other things that are important to you Tea Party guys." He didn't do that. He just came in and said, "You know what's up? Deficit's too high. What's up with that?"
I think he has his own cult of personality where he thinks he's Chris Christie, dude. He can rise above having to placate or kowtow to anyone. I think he's just he's president of his own fan club.
Yeah, that's a big problem. Now, a narcissist can win. One has twice in a row. But look what happens. Look at the damage he does. Everything else falls apart. The only way a narcissist can win is by letting everybody else come down. A guy like Ronald Reagan, who was not a narcissist and was well aware of his own limitations and his own strength and how to talk to people, including ones who didn't always agree with him, he built up. Yeah, because of Reagan in '94, we finally took the Congress after like 40 years. Because of what he built. He built something, and that's the difference. A narcissist does it all for himself, and he'll sacrifice everybody else on the way up.
Well, that was Reagan's.
He's lost, what, 70 seats? 75?
Right, biggest ever. And that was Reagan's deal, is he made a big point that a lot can get done if you don't mind taking the credit. And I think what we've identified here is we're longing for somebody to properly, excitingly vocalize conservative principles in a way that we can respect them and we can all get behind them. Hey, look, Kurt, I know that you've got a court case because you've got people to beat, and we are just about run out of town. Brother, thank you so much for being on, man. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
All right, Kurt, talk to you later, man. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
All right, so a couple things. Hillary is the chick Mitt. Winning takes more than principle. I'd rather not lose on principle. That's Kurt Schlichter. We are the Right Mics, and we'll be right back.
This is Vigilant Liberty Radio.